stay tuned to the end of the video to find out what my top 5 favorite pieces of gear are. All right, so when it comes to hunting gear, your hunting clothing system, your camo, your whatever the hell you want to call it, there's a lot of options depending on what you want to do. But I think the system that I have built, the clothes that I have acquired, I think this is the most general, all-purpose. You can wear this turkey hunting, whitetail hunting, you can wear it elk hunting, you can wear it mule deer hunting. You can pretty much wear it late into the season. I don't do a lot of really super late, snowpack hunts, so I don't have some of that gear, but just generally, if you're just looking to get into this and you're looking for a all-encompassing, like, hey, what can I buy that's gonna get me all the way through the year because this shit's expensive? This is the gear that I would recommend, and this is the stuff that I have spent my money on, and I'm also gonna give you some other options of maybe, hey, this is a really expensive, this is a great piece of gear, but this is a great alternative, cheaper option. Stay tuned, watch the video, pay attention. If you're new at this, hopefully you can get something out of it, and if you've been doing this for a while, maybe you pick up a nugget or two out of it that will help you and your system out in the future. So let's start out with just basic stuff. We're gonna start out with socks and underwears because those are some of the two things that I think that can make a huge difference in the way you hunt, how you hunt, and how long you're gonna hunt, that people just honestly overlook. Blisters and chafing are the two things that suck more than anything else. You can be cold and you can grit it out, but if you're chafing, every step you take sucks, and if you have a blister, just putting your boots on sucks. Underwear. I like to wear Sax underwear. It is a synthetic underwear, but the thing that I like about Sax underwear the most is it has a sack in the front for your balls to sit in, and it really limits chafing. And honestly, this is pretty much the only pair of underwear I own now, whether it is now walking around town, going to the racetrack, going hunting. Sax underwear is what I highly recommend. It is what I'm gonna wear. Like I said, there's other companies out there that have the same ball sack cup design. Go get a pair. When it comes to socks, there's really only 3 pairs of socks that I wear. Primarily, it's these two. They are Farm to Feet. This is the Farm to Feet Damascus sock. It is a mid to lightweight sock. And then I have the Farm to Feet Ellie sock. This is a insulated, heavier weight sock. So obviously you can see the way this is going. As temperatures drop, as I'm becoming more stagnant sitting in the tree stand, doing a lot more glassing where I'm going to be cold and I want as much insulation as possible, I'm gonna go with a heavier weight sock like this Ellie sock. This is pretty much a full calf sock. It'll go almost up to the top of my calf, and I do like that because the merino layers I wear underneath are not full length merino pants. They're like 3/4 like capris. So this covers that gap between the top of my boots and up to my merino pants. So Farm to Feet Ellie sock when it gets cold outside. The Damascus sock when it is a lot warmer. I'm gonna be doing a lot more hiking. This is a merino sock. So it does a really good job of, even if it is wet and I have to stop, it's going to keep my feet, warm. I'm not gonna be, yeah, they're a little wet, but merino, even though wool in general, even if it gets wet, it does wait out, but it will keep you warm. I have a really good track record with these socks, so I really like them. These are the Farm to Feet Damascus sock. If I'm doing a lot of hiking and I start to blister, I like to put on a good pair of just cheap merino liner socks. These are just REI. There's nothing special to them. They're just a really thin merino liner sock. I like putting these on because if I start to get a hot spot, like I said, blisters and chafing will ruin a hunt. So if I start to get a hot spot, immediately these go on. Most of the time I can get away with just wearing these and no liner, but if I'm doing a lot of hiking and I didn't tie my boot well enough in the morning and I start to get a hot spot, I can put these on for a day or two until that kind of goes away. And that's pretty much, yeah, these are a lifesaver and they don't take up barely any room in your pack, so you might as well just carry them. When it comes to, like I mentioned previously, the bottom base layer that I have. This is pretty much the only pair of, long johns that I have and that I wear. These are the First Light Kiln Midweight 250. These are in medium. I will try to go through and mention all the sizes of the clothes that I wear to give you guys a reference. I'm 6 foot tall, 195 pounds. They come in a little bit bigger to size. So these are mediums. Typically, I would wear a large in most things or an extra large. When I have bought the First Light stuff in the past, whether it's this or whether it's like a t-shirt or like a long sleeve hoodie, I've always had to go down a size when it comes to the merino. The other stuff, the pants, they seem to fit true to size. I've had some of them in the past, but if you're gonna get First Light merino, go down a size. That's my recommendation. So if you're a medium, get a small. If you're a large, get a medium, etc. You get the point. All right, so when it comes to pants, I have quite a few options here. I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of pants that I can choose from, whether I'm going hunting or I'm going to something like Total Archery Challenge. And each one of these is a little bit different and offers a little bit set of, its own little bag of tricks, so to say. I'll start with probably the cheapest pair of camo pants that I own, which is the Sitka Traverse Pant. Is a great option. It's a little bit thicker. It doesn't breathe as well as some of the other options that they have in the market, but it does come with some stuff like it has a back pocket for your wallet that is zippable. It has front side pockets with pocket knife protectors on them. And you still do have 2 leg zip cargo pockets for your side that have kind of a mesh material on the inside. So you can open these up to dump heat, but just generally speaking, if you're looking for a good kind of all around pant that you don't care if it's maybe a little loud or maybe it's a little hot. So this is a good option if price is a concern, but you still want to get a good pair of Sitka pants that kind of have that, Sitka reputation for being some pretty good quality gear. It's a good option. All right, moving on into a lightweight pant. This is the Sitka Ascent pant. This is the pant that I wore on my very first elk hunt. I wear this a lot turkey hunting. I wear this a lot early season whitetail hunting here in North Carolina when it is still feels like 110 degrees. This is a pant that is very lightweight. It will keep you very cool. It dumps a lot of heat very fast. It does not do a good job of cutting the wind. It does not do a good job of keeping you warm when it gets cold outside. This is a hot weather pant, just plain and simple. You can put knee pads in these. I personally don't wear knee pads, but you can add them into the Ascent pant. They do have zipper cargo pockets, and I don't know if they're divided now, but they are meshed on the inside, so they will dump heat. They have 2 front, your regular hip pockets. They do not have a back pocket for your wallet. So these pants do not have anything in the back to wear. The knees are articulated, and the material on this does have some stretch to it. So it moves well with you as you're walking. I don't find these pants hiking up or riding up, especially in my groin area. They don't ride up too well, like around your boot. So you can move really well in these and not have a ton of pant movement. This is probably my favorite pair of pant that I own. This is the Sitka Apex pant. This is pretty much my do-it-all pant. Depending on the weather condition, I can wear this turkey hunting all the way through whitetail season, pretty late into whitetail season, and I can wear this on Western big game hunts. This pant is really specifically designed for Western big game hunting, like elk hunting. It is super quiet. It's like wearing a pair of pajama pants, to be honest with you. This is probably the quietest, sneakiest pant that they have. On the inside, it has a little bit more insulation or warmth factor than the Ascent pant. It's probably the next step up. It does have 2 front hip pockets. It has 2 button closure cargo pockets, and the button closures on them are quiet snap closures. So there is a rubber grommet on the top panel, and then on the bottom you have your regular metal grommet, but there is no noise putting these together. So if you're trying to be super sneaky quiet, there's no sense in having a loud zipper on them. So everything on this pant is designed to be quiet. That's why I like them. They're super comfortable. They articulate very well. This is also a pair of pants where you can slap a pair of knee pads in if that's something that you're interested in. Wearing knee pads, again, I personally don't like wearing the knee pads, but if sneaking around and crawling on your knees is something you're going to want to do, you can put knee pads in these pants. All right, moving on away from the camo design, because some people just don't like wearing camo pants, and that's not anything wrong with it. This is what I'm gonna wear when I'm hunting, but if I'm going to do something like a 3D shoot or a total archery challenge, or just shooting around in my yard, walking around, doing yard work, I want a pair of pants that's not camo, because these kind of stand out a little bit. In the woods, this is normal, but you know, when you're going grocery shopping, this is not quite normal. The pair of pants that I would recommend, if price is probably your major concern and you're not a big camo person, these are Prana Stretch Zions. This is probably the most recommended non-camo, non-hunting brand pant that I have come across. I had seen this on the forums so many times. I'd seen this on Facebook groups, people pushing these pants because honestly, they're a fucking solid pant. And this is probably the pants, if you've watched these YouTube videos, if you've watched me at Total Archery Challenge, there's a really, really good chance that I have these pants on because they are just so damn comfortable. They articulate really well, and like you can buy them in this green color, which, you know, looks like a hunting solid color. These pants are really, you can get these pretty cheap. I think normally they retail for like $80, which is already cheaper than any one of these pants. But you can find these on a sale, you know, down towards the $50 range. So you can buy a few pairs of these for the price you can buy one of these, and you can wear these pants a lot more, you know, just every day, out and about, regular, you know, regular stuff. They're a great pant, and they're a great cheap option. Last pair of pants I have is another hunting solid color, but this is a Sitka pant. Again, this is the Sitka mountain pant, which pretty much most people recommend as they're just, if you're gonna buy one pant, they're all-purpose pant. You can wear this. It's gonna be a little warm in the spring. It's gonna be a little warm in August, September, but you could wear this all the way up through, you know, October, November, December for those really late season hunts. Wearing a good layer underneath this. Like I said, you can wear this pretty much all season long. It is the thickest material of all the pants that I own, and I do wear these pants a lot just around town every day. They're not a bad pant to wear. They have the articulated knees, which will accept those Sitka knee pads. They have 4 cargo pockets. They have, you know, 2 top flap enclosure pockets as well as a side zip pocket, and these pockets are not the same. So you have extra, you know, storage room in this than you do for just 2 big hip side pockets or cargo pockets. There's really 4 cargo pockets. I use this to put, you know, rangefinder in, arrows in, or release in when I'm walking around the yard. The 2 hip pockets are zippable. I'm not a huge fan of that, just generally because I wear these pants mostly for everyday kind of stuff, not as much hunting. I did buy these for a late season hunt and wore them, but I have to wear them more than just once to justify the price of them. So they're a good pant. They're a little bit of a thicker pant if it's chilly out. Something to look at. But the mountain pant, you can get these in solid, you can get them in subalpine, you can get them in a few of their different color arrays, but overall just a really good solid pant. All right, let's move on to the upper body portion of this, you know, this system gear that I have. First, the number one thing that I'm going to wear pretty much as the base layer to any hunt, whether it's a turkey hunt, whitetail hunt, elk hunt, and pretty much just kind of all around great top, is this Sitka Core lightweight hoodie. This pretty much is the base foundation to everything that I'm gonna wear. This hoodie is very lightweight. It is very small, compacts really well, and it just breathes so well. You can absolutely take one of these and sweat it out, hang it on a tree limb, or hell, even just keep it on your body, and it's going to dry out very fast. But like I said, generally this is pretty much the go-to piece as my base layer, and if you can tell I like them, I have 3 of them. So I've had these for a few years. They work really well. These are extra larges. I feel like these kind of fit a little bit, not small, but I'm not looking for something that's painted on. I like something that's, you know, got some good movement to it. And as a large or an extra large particularly, the length fills out really well on my arms. So extra large fits me good. All right, moving on. Now that I've started with the Core lightweight hoodie, the next thing I'm gonna do is going to be kind of like an active piece or a mid-layer piece of insulation, something that's not quite a puffy jacket, but it's still something that I can wear all day long, like on the chillier days. So the number one piece I had been going to in the past is this core heavyweight hoodie. The layering or the insulation on this is like a nice waffled material. And what this is gonna do is it helps move air underneath, and that moisture that gets pulled up through the lightweight hoodie, it helps push it through this and then out the system. So it does a really good job. When I went on my Colorado elk hunt, pretty much the only things I wore for most of that hunt, and including the Montana hunt last year, were the core lightweight hoodie and then this core heavyweight hoodie. And that was about it. I didn't really wear a puffy jacket or another jacket unless I was stopped like at camp, or I was stopping somewhere to eat lunch, taking a nap during midday. But if I was out moving around, I pretty much had these 2 layers on, and you can tell by looking at this, maybe it's gotten some use to it. It's a little pilled in areas. It's been through some brush. It's really been, you know, I pay good money to get good gear, but I also don't baby this stuff. I absolutely, like, I don't care if I'm running through a briar patch or if I'm walking through some, you know, some really rough, like dense country. I'm turkey hunting, elk hunting, whatever. I'm not too concerned, because at the end of the day, they're just clothes. If you tear them, you can buy new ones. So I'm not easy on my gear, especially when it comes to that regard. So like the new piece of gear that I got last year, I actually got this sent to me. So, but it was a piece that I was going to buy anyways. This is the Sitka Ambient hoodie. Now, this thing was absolutely on my hot list because I've owned the Shacket in the past, whatever, like the Belichick hoodie, the one that's cut off at the elbows. It looks kind of dumb, but it had a great purpose. It had this, whatever, fleece lined, whatever this material is on the inside. I don't know what the technical term for it is, but it was really, really comfortable. It just moves really well. It's pretty quiet. I mean, it's real quiet. It articulates really well to the body. It fits really well. But the thing that I really like about this piece of gear is that I can wear this all day long and hike in it and just unzip the front a little bit, dump a little bit of heat out of it. It does a really good job of circulating air underneath and not overheating me while I'm hiking around. But as soon as I stop and I start to get chilly, this thing warms me right back up. I don't know if it's something like how the science on this works, but dude, this thing does a great job of keeping me warm when I needed to keep me warm, but not sweating me out when I'm moving around. If I had to choose between the core heavyweight and this Ambient hoodie right now and I was going on a hunt, I'm probably taking the Ambient hoodie over the core lightweight. I feel like it's just a little bit more versatile. You can wear this as at camp, like just like a little, you know, sweatshirt, like a hoodie sweatshirt. And it does a really good job of keeping me really warm. Ambient hoodie is definitely a top piece of gear that came out last year, and I'm super stoked to be able to wear it a lot this year, because I will be wearing this whitetail hunting a lot because it is very, very quiet, and I will be taking this on my elk and probably mule deer hunt later in the season. All right, this is the last part of the video. This is jackets. Jackets matter. First one is the Dew Point jacket. I've worn this actually when it's rained, but this does a good job. It's very light. It's my backpacking like rain jacket. It's also in this kind of pyrite, like greenish color. So I can just wear this like if I'm going out, you know, like right now it's raining outside. If I have to go to the store, I can put this on and I don't look ridiculous walking around in a camo jacket. Although the town I live in, that wouldn't be uncommon. But if you're concerned about, you know, wearing camo out in public, you can go with a very solid color like this. This packs up really light, and actually the pants and this jacket all pack up into its own pocket. So it is a kind of self-contained little system, so you can bunch it all together, stick it in your pack, and then when you need your rain gear, you can pull it all out together and you'll have it there. So this jacket is pretty nice. It's got some pit zips where you can ventilate in the armpits. It's got some tape seams. I mean, just from just like a standard rain jacket. It's got Velcro cuffs so you can tighten it up around your wrists. It is Gore-Tex, so it is going to keep you dry, but it's pretty thin, it's pretty light, and for a backpacking rain jacket, this is awesome. If you're gonna be hunting Pacific Northwest or, you know, Alaska, again, these companies, they have dedicated rain gear for where you're gonna hunt when it's gonna be slogged out all the time. But for just your general purpose rain gear, that's a great option. I've also had the Sitka Flash pullover, which is like, I'm almost positive that's been discontinued for a while. But if you find one, you can pick them up real cheap. And if you're just looking to get out of the rain real quick, that's a good, option to put on, keep you dry for a little bit. All right, when it comes to jackets, I have a few options here. And this is probably the oldest one I've had. This is the first, I think this is the first time they did the mountain jacket. Like it used to be called something else. And then they started calling it the mountain jacket. And this piece is not like a typical keep you warm. I mean, it's gonna keep you warmer. But it is a pretty thin jacket as far as jackets go. This is more of a windbreaker. If I had to classify it, then I would call it a jacket. The warmth rating on this is not gonna be super, super high. But what this jacket does particularly well than most is it has a little bit of DWR finish. So if you are out in a light shower, this will keep you dry for a little while, but this has wind stopper in it. The reason why wind stopper is important is because when it is windy out, that wind, regardless of what layers you're wearing, will cut through those layers and get to your skin and chill you out. So if you can have something that helps cut the wind out, even if it is windy and even if it is cold out, if you can stop the wind from penetrating all of your layers and getting to your person, man, it'll keep you a lot warmer. I know in Wyoming, when I've done some late season hunts out there before, it gets really windy, especially down in the plains area. And putting this on before I put like my puffy jacket or something on, this does a great job of cutting the wind and keeping me warm. All right, when it comes to insulation layers, everyone's got a puffy jacket. A North Face puffy jacket, a Mountain Hardwear puffy jacket. This is a Sitka Aerolite puffy jacket. A lot of people have puffy jackets and they wear them in the winter, and it's because they're warm. This is not the down version of the puffy jacket. This is the Aerolite version of it. So this is the more of the, it's gonna be a little chilly, but I'm not worried about it being like sub-zero puffy. Yeah, the Kelvin Aerolite jacket. This is the lighter of their puffy jackets, and I feel like this does plenty well for the kind of hunting and the style of hunting that I do. If I was going somewhere where it was gonna be a lot colder and I was doing a lot more glassing and not a lot of moving around, maybe I would go towards the down version of this jacket. But the synthetic version for me, I'm usually pretty lightweight. I'm trying to move around as much as I can. And I don't hunt in a lot of particularly cold climates. So, I mean, I'm just looking to stay warm at night. When the sun goes down, I'm looking to stay warm if I'm up on a glassing knob for a few hours or I'm eating lunch. This is a great option. It packs down really small into your pack. It doesn't take up a lot of room. And for the size of it, the loft on it, it keeps you very warm. So I've not had any problems with this jacket. It's been a great jacket for me. So last but not least, this is the last piece of gear that I have. This is the Jetstream jacket. This is considered to be a soft shell jacket. This is something you're going to wear as like an outer layer jacket if you are going to be in some of the harsher climates, I guess, or you want to stay a little warmer and have a little bit of more protection than just say a puffy jacket. The outside is the exterior of it is a little bit more rugged. It has a few more features that the other jackets don't have. This thing has a tapered hood that fits nicely around the side of your head. It's got a little bit of a brim to it. You can adjust the hood in the back by pulling on this draw strap, which will suck it up to your head and keep it in place. This is a Gore-Tex jacket, which does have wind stopper in it, so it will help cut the wind if you're gonna be outside. This is mostly, I would consider like a later season hunting jacket. This is something that I would wear whitetail hunting for sure. It's not the quietest, but it's not unbelievably loud. I'm not particularly focused on whitetail hunting. I like to get gear that I can use. I can use this late season. I can use this archery hunting if it gets really chilly and I'm doing a lot of truck hunting. So is this something that I'm gonna wanna backpack into the backcountry? Probably not. It is a little bulkier, it is a little heavier, but it is a really good soft shell jacket if that's what you're looking for. Let's go grab the 5 pieces of gear that I think are the most important gear that you should consider getting this year, or at least maybe upgrading in your clothing system. All right, these are the 5 pieces of gear. I've kind of touched on all of these throughout the video, but if you're looking to really upgrade your system or something really to consider, these are the 5 pieces of gear that I would go out and recommend that you get tomorrow. First and foremost is a really good belt. Like I said, this is the marsupial gear belt. It's got some stretch to it. And when it comes to a backpacking belt or like a hunting belt or hell, just an everyday general belt, this is kind of a no-brainer in my mind. This belt is really awesome. They're not overly expensive and they fit really, really well. Made here in the USA as well. So that to consider, I would get a really good belt. This is the marsupial gear belt. Comes to socks, like I said, the 2 things that are gonna ruin a hunt are blisters and chafing. So getting a really good pair of socks to wear. Remember, cotton is rotten. You wanna stay away from cotton socks. I like to get merino socks because they don't stink as much, and if they do get wet, they still keep you warm, and they dry out. These dry out particularly quick for me. I do have sweatier feet in general, and I can just take my boots off real quick, and these things dry pretty fast. These are the Farm to Feet Damascus sock. I would highly recommend. I talked about these enough. You guys are probably sick of hearing about it, but Saxx underwear. Again, it doesn't have to be the brand Saxx, but just having a really good pair of synthetic underwear. Me personally, I particularly like the ones that hold your balls because it helps reduce chafing, and I'm outside a lot and I'm constantly sweating, especially on race days and when I'm hunting. So having a really good pair of underwear to keep you from chafing will make you and your balls a lot happier. So get a pair of Saxx underwear, get something that's gonna keep you comfortable because there's nothing worse than chafing, and you're not gonna be able to change my mind about that. The 2 pieces of gear, I have 1 from each, 1 top and 1 bottom. The piece of gear, if I were to recommend go buying a pair of pants tomorrow, I would recommend the Sitka Apex pant. These are pretty much a general purpose do-it-all pant in my opinion. You can wear these on early season hunts, and you can layer up underneath these and wear these all the way into some later season hunts with some decent, merino base layers or synthetic base layers. They're very quiet. They have all the frills and thrills that you would need in a pant. The closures are quiet. They have knee pads that you can put in them if you want that. And man, these things are they articulate really well, and they're just a great pant to have. The last piece of gear I would recommend for a top is this Sitka Ambient hoodie. This thing has been, since I got this last year, it has blown my mind away. I absolutely love that core heavyweight hoodie, but now that I have this Ambient hoodie, I find myself wanting to wear this more than that. And when I'm setting a gear list for this year of stuff that I'm going to bring, like even now in late April, early May, I'm already planning for the hunts that I know I'm gonna go on. And this is a piece of gear that I have ahead of that core heavyweight hoodie on my gear list. So I would recommend going out and getting one of these, trying one of these out. I'm telling you, when you wear this thing, you're gonna be blown away by how comfortable it is and how well it keeps you warm, but also doesn't sweat you out when you're out moving around. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments or you wanna tell me what I've done wrong with my clothing system, drop a comment down below and let me know. If you like the gear that I have and agree with me that everything I have presented today was 100% factually correct and there's nothing you disagree with, smash that like button down below. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button because most of you who are watching this, especially if you've made it to this part of the video, are not subscribed. The only way to help grow the channel, the easiest way you can help me grow the channel, is to like, comment, and subscribe. So subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, you'll be notified when I post a new video. Thanks for watching this video again, guys, and until next time, we'll catch you on another video.